Therefore, the teacher must teach. The pastor must teach. The apostle is going to teach. The prophet must teach. The evangelist is also going to teach. They must all have that aim of building the church. So you can't say, I am a prophet, and you can't teach the word of God. No. Let me explain the problem we are facing today to you so that you will understand it better. Most of the people, you see, look at these 5 ministries. None of them has a problem like that of the prophet. Why is it that almost all the 4 sometimes flow together, but it is only the prophetic ministry that has a problem? And let me explain it to you why it has become so. It ought not to be so, but why it has become so. You see, as a Presbyterian boy, when I was coming up, when I was growing, we were all, as children, went through children's service. From children's service, we came to the young youth. We came to the adult youth. And from children's service, we were taught the word of God. From children's service, we learned how to memorize scriptures. We were taught so many things, and then we grew in the word of God. By the time we came to the adult service, each and every one of us was a good teacher. We could handle the word of God. We could teach the word of God. But at that time, we've not recognized the giftings of God in us. It was in the adult church that we were given responsibilities, and then we started functioning in the giftings. But before then, we had been trained. So among my friends, those who call themselves prophets are very good teachers. But the problem with our generation is that somebody who is not active in the church just meets a pastor somewhere who tells him there is an unction upon your life. There is a calling upon your life. The person then moves and hides himself somewhere. Goes to somewhere like Atria, or goes to find a hiding place to do fasting and prayers. The person now comes from that place and says, I am a prophet. A prophet who has not been trained. He has not gone through the foundational class. He does not know anything about the new birth. He does not know anything about Christianity. All that he knows about is the vision and the gift of sight that he sees. And then he begins to lead Christians. He goes about to establish a church. And then he dwells on the giftings to establish a church. And leads so many Christians astray. That is why we are seeing the confusion over there. Because most of them didn't start from the church. They don't know the word of God. And when you try to correct them, they pick Old Testament scriptures and dwell on it. As if the Old Testament prophets were not teachers. They were good teachers. They had a prophetic school where they taught them the knowledge of God. For instance, we are training young men. I know some of the young pastors are prophets, but today they are not running ahead with that gift of prophecy. They are being trained. They are being groomed with the word of God. So by the time we bring them to the board and we give them the room to operate as prophets, they already know the word of God. They can teach. That should be the path for each and every man of God. So you don't just get up and say, I am a prophet. When you have not gone through training. So most of them should go back to the foundational class and learn. It's important. That is why they can't rightly divide the word of God. And when you want to correct them, it becomes It's very difficult because they have a mindset that the prophet shouldn't teach, shouldn't be a good teacher. All they know is akwanchire. And then many people follow them and they lead them astray. Some of them have not built character.